made it. Now, obviously, as you can see, I have slept in the bed. So I actually got into town last night, believe it or not, because I was told by management at my company that I had training today. But unfortunately, that was a lie. Now, every email that I got, everything said, be here today. Except for the calendar, which is shared through Teams. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it was shared through Teams. Now, that one said training was tomorrow. I get to the headquarters this morning, get up, get ready, everything this morning, bright and early, right? So I get to headquarters, and we're sitting in the conference room like, is there anybody else in this meeting or this training, or is it just us, or what's going on? Had people coming in asking if we were the new hires and stuff like that. I'm like, this ain't looking good. So what we did was we ended up calling the trainer. Trainer's like, yeah guys, I don't work on the weekends. I don't travel on the weekends. Training starts tomorrow. We were so mad. We were so mad. Because it literally ruined our weekends, cut our weekend in half, to where we ended up having to travel on Sunday. By travel, I mean drive all the way down to Miami. And yeah, so ruined our weekend and screwed us out of another day, basically. We went ahead, talked to management at our facility, and they were like, okay, well, we got to figure out something for you guys to do. So what they ended up doing was putting us to work on some heavy equipment that they couldn't figure out. We literally worked on it for, I don't know, hour, maybe two. They had already worked on it 24 hours. 24 hours build to this one piece of equipment. We had it running in probably, let's be generous, less than 2 hours. So basically what they did was they ended up making us work on equipment that they could not figure out. Let me just go ahead and stop for a second and elaborate a little bit on why we were so mad that we were made to work on equipment. Now, we were wearing our work uniforms, but the thing is I drove my personal car. My coworker, he drove the company work vans, like that we take out every day and stuff like that. So the thing is I was not anticipating getting sweaty and dirty and getting back into my nice car, because obviously that's not part of quote-unquote training. You would never ever think that if you're going to training that's supposed to be in a room that's air conditioned and everything, that you're going to get back in your car greasy, dirty, and sweaty, and potentially, ruining the interior of it. That's why we were even more angry that we got put on equipment that they couldn't figure out how to fix in the first place. Basically, with this new company I'm working with, it has just been one thing after another. They keep dropping the ball, or like something seems ill-managed, or like it's just repetitive at this point. And I keep trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's like, oh, take this for instance. So I have a trip. I'm driving 500 miles away or whatever, right? Or 500 miles, like 5.5 hours away, or 5 hours. And they set up the training. They set it up. All they told me was, hey, you got training in Miami on this date or whatever. I go, okay, so guessing more details to follow or whatever. I never hear anything. Not a single peep. Not one. So the Friday before the Monday that I'm supposed to be here for the training, I email one person about it. Don't hear anything. Noontime the Friday before the Monday I'm supposed to be here, I go, hey, insert management person's name here. I'm supposed to be doing this training. Can we cover some details? What are the accommodations? What's the dress code? Do I pay for the hotel? Does the company? Who pays for gas? What, like all these pertinent little freaking details, right? I have nothing to go off of. All I know is there is training somewhere in the Miami area that I'm supposed to go to on this date, which was wrong, mind you. It's supposed to be tomorrow. And nothing. So that goes to show you some of the stuff I got to deal with. It has been ongoing and continuous with this company, and it's getting extremely stressful. Now, that being said, I'm going to try to stick with it because changing my schedule and all that stuff will give me an opportunity to put more effort into this channel. So, I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying, but let's just say I've almost turned in my uniform and keys about 14 times now. But we're going to try to stick with it and keep going. I want to hear some of your guys' horror stories because I can't be the only one that this stuff repeatedly happens to. So I want to know some of your horror stories down below about your work and what you do. You don't have to be specific, but these stories are always tragically hilarious in their own way. So I need to hear some of them because I can't be the only one. Do it down below. So I just got back from Miami. It was a decent trip, except for the screw-ups from, like I said, the poor planning and all that good stuff. Other than that, it was all right. You know, the hotel was decent. Got to see some cool cars, you know. Went around, had some good food. Ended up going and hanging out in the little center garden in the middle of the whole hotel. It was pretty cool. There was like waterfalls and like a bunch of, you know, fountains and a lot of good landscaping, stuff like that. Cool places to sit out there and just vibe, you know. Here's what I'm looking at. I just got the very first power bill and about lost my lunch. I've turned the light switch on in there about 4 times and thought that there was a misprint on the bill. As you guys know, it has been an absolute nightmare trying to get the power turned on at this place. Finally got it, first bill. What the heck is going on? Come to find out, it's actually a deposit. I used very, very small amount of power. Actually, the fees were more than the actual power bill associated with this property. So, yeah, got that worked out in my head. I about had a fit there at first. You would really think somebody would have covered not doing side pulls with a crane, and yet here we are.
Ugh. Idiot.
Geniuses, I swear to God. At least I lucked out and some of the surrounding sites were really nice down there. There was an awesome little pizzeria down the street. They sold pizza by the slice, tiny little hole in the wall, maybe 4 seats in the whole place. Pretty awesome. Boys, we are back. We are finally getting some cars moved around here. We went ahead and got all the stuff over here all cleaned out. Tons of organizing. But over here on this side, I think I'm gonna try to go ahead and get some more shelving units, kind of like the one that my computer desk is made out of and that one. But I need to just get a bunch of this stuff off the floor. But right now what we're doing is trying to get these vehicles moved around. What I want is the truck to be over here, the car to be over here at an angle. We'll turn the truck a little bit more, but that way we can work on both of them simultaneously, as well as, you know, also pull in a vehicle if need be. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Right now I got the dollies under the car and I'm getting ready to try to push it back into position. I put the dollies under this truck and man, that thing is heavier than I thought it was. Trying to move it on the jacks, that really showed me how heavy it actually is. So moving this thing, yeah, I mean I got some stuff loaded in the bed and stuff and some stuff in the cab, but yeah, the car is so much lighter than this thing. That might be okay. So here's the thing. It has to be okay. Whatever we do has to be okay, because this thing, it's going to be up on jack stands again while I finish the underside. So we have to make sure that we can move all the way around it and all that good stuff. Now that I look at it, this positioning might be all right. See? Got enough room over there. So what I haven't told you guys is this thing needs engine work. Something bad happened when we were giving it the beans. So we're gonna start working on that. That's why I want both of these lined up in here like this. I could work on one time I'm here, I work on the other time I'm here. But see, we can still pull a car in here, right? I mean, I could move the air conditioner in the table, that's no problem. But as of right now, we have plenty of room for a car to fit between here and here, like my little white Jetta that I have. Or my service truck, you know. If I need certain tools or something like that, I could just pull it in the door, no problem. No harm, no foul. I'm gonna look this over a few more times and just make sure that I'm firm on my decision as to how I'm gonna put this. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and jack her up.